Hey everyone, this is Ken from the Git Integration for Jira product team, and I want to walk you through a new feature called the Backlog view. Now, one of the main objectives for the app is to help you find work that is at risk before deadlines are missed. And the Backlog view helps you do just that. It organizes your view into sprints and then clearly shows the issues below those sprints. So let's jump into the app. I'll show you how it works and how you can use it. All right, the first thing you'll notice at the top is you'll now see the backlog view as one of the options. This is similar to epics, where instead of grouping issues into their epics, the backlog view will group them into your sprints based on a project and also show your backlog as well. Now on the activity timeline, we'll see at the top level the sprint duration or time represented there. So if you have a 2-week sprint, you'll see 2 weeks worth. If you have longer or shorter sprints, that will be represented there as well. Now in that timeline, the activity boxes, so if we mouse over, are going to show you changes to the sprint itself. So if an issue is added on that day or removed from the sprint, this is kind of your audit of what is happening with that sprint as far as the issues going in and out or the status or state of that sprint changing. Now, if you expand into the sprint on the left-hand side, the activity view for the issues will then show, the activity, user activity for that particular issue itself. Back up to the top level, a couple of nice things here in your status column. If you mouse over, you'll be able to see the percentage of issues in that sprint that are done and the percentage that are in progress. So obviously the remaining percentage there that you don't see would be your issues that have been not started yet in some capacity or status. Another thing you'll notice on the top level as well is these alert symbols. So this will talk about calculated progress versus expected. And what this is doing is it's looking at how much time is left in your sprint versus how many issues are actually in that completed or done status. So for this particular row here, we see we have 2 days left in the sprint, but our calculated progress is 18, which means a low percentage of the issues that were supposed to be completed in this sprint are actually in that completed or done status. So from a high level, this gives you some really good tools to scan and say, okay, is my sprint on track, or are we gonna have a lot of issues that are coming down to the wire or are not gonna make it completed in time for this sprint? Next to that, we give you the ability to actually modify these sprints. So instead of just being a view only mode here, you can edit the sprints, you can finish them or complete them, you can move them up and down in order, or if you want to delete the sprint, you could do that as well. So using this menu, you can click edit, that'll help you change the name. If you want to adjust the dates, you can do that from here as well. In this view as well, you can also click and slide. So if you want to adjust a sprint, make it shorter or longer, move it into the future, we give you the ability to modify that here as well. Now this honors all the Jira permissions. So if you don't have permission to do that in Jira, you will not have permission to do that here. Now, if we open up one of the sprints, we'll kind of show you, how would you actually use this, right? So we have a sprint here again, 2-week sprint. We're coming up on the end of it. So if I do a quick scan here, I want to see green across the board. But we're seeing only 2 issues are closed. We got a couple in progress and some that are not even picked up and started yet. So as a product manager, team lead, anyone that's responsible for ensuring this sprint is completed on time, I very quickly get a view of what's going on and are we going to meet the requirements that we said we were going to. Just like the other views, you will be able to see the daily activity. So if you mouse over, you can see the status of what was worked on a particular issue by doing that here. Same thing, wherever you go, you have your same comments listed, commits listed, pull requests as well. The backlog view is a great tool for tracking work and figuring out what needs your attention. We're going to continue to build out this view, adding new features, but if you have any feedback or things that you would like to see changed, please use the request feedback and contact support buttons at the top. Thanks so much for your time.